Welcome back to Open Window Politics. Today we're going to be doing a prediction between Congresswoman from New York, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez on the Democratic side, versus J.D. Vance, the current Vice President of the U.S. And Vance is largely regarded as the most likely frontrunner for the 2028 Republican nomination. AOC is less so on the Democratic side. She's generally in the top few candidates, but at the moment it seems like Newsom is the most likely to be the Democratic Party's nominee, but still a lot could change. This isn't necessarily a prediction that either of these people will win their respective parties' primaries. Nonetheless, just fun and interesting to do a prediction between the two for the general election. So we'll get started off in Nevada. So in Nevada, I think this is one of the states that are more likely to flip back to the Democrats. Nevada went to the Republicans, went to Trump in 2024. They also have a Republican governor, so they've definitely shown openness to voting for Republicans on the state level. They do have two Democratic senators, though, and have a fairly consistent history in the long run of voting for Democrats in most recent elections. Trump even lost Nevada in 2016. That state went to Clinton. And then in 2020, of course, went to Biden. And then 2024 went to Trump. So there were a couple of reasons for this. Hispanic Americans shifting towards the Republican and Trump during 2024. We've seen some of that decline in polling and in special elections, and I think that will probably be enough for AOC to win the state there of Nevada. As far as Arizona goes, I am far less certain that she could win Arizona. I might even be willing to put in the lean category, but I will do tilt for all these swing states because they really could go either way most of the time. So Arizona has got some similar leanings as Nevada, but in general is a harder state for Democrats to win. Biden was able to win Arizona in 2020, and they have two Democratic senators and a Democratic governor, so they've definitely shown an openness to voting for Democrats on the state level. I just think if it were to be AOC as the Democratic Party's nominee, that would alienate quite a few more moderate swing voters, and those voters are crucial throughout the swing states, but especially in Arizona. So that would result in a J.D. Vance victory, resulting in 11 electoral college votes for him. And then we will get to the district in Omaha. This is the Nebraska district. I'm going to put this actually in the tilt instead of lean. This district did go to Harris in 2024, and Democrats are optimistic they can flip this seat in the House in 2026 during the midterms this year. It is looking like that is fairly likely at the moment, and I think that margin might be narrower than Harris won the Omaha district in 2024. But I think just with the more favorable environment for Democrats nationally at the national level, that it would result in an AOC victory in the district there in Omaha. And then I'll go to the Rust Belt. So in the Rust Belt, one of the next likely states I see going back to the Democrats would probably be the state of Wisconsin. This is going to be 10 electoral college votes for AOC. So the rest of these states, currently we are at 242 for AOC to 230 for J.D. Vance. I think there's going to be some more good news for J.D. Vance. I'm going to start with Michigan. Michigan and Pennsylvania, I think, are the most likely states to end up in the Republican Party's column. Generally, the Rust Belt votes together. For now, I'm going to predict it as a split, with AOC taking just the state of Wisconsin, while Vance takes Michigan and Pennsylvania. I think Pennsylvania is probably the most likely to end up in the Republican Party's column. Michigan probably second, and then Wisconsin third. Ultimately, I have Wisconsin in the Democratic Party's column, but that's kind of the odds I would predict. So that is a big swing in J.D. Vance's direction with 264. So he just needs 6 electoral college votes to win the presidency, and I think he can fairly easily win that with the state there in North Carolina. This is going to be 16 electoral college votes and pushes J.D. Vance over the finish line to 280 or over 270, the magic number required to win the presidency for electoral college votes. So that is going to be 280 to 242. And then I do think the news for J.D. Vance will probably get even better with the state of Georgia. Georgia is one of the ones I'm probably the most hesitant to call. This state had some great elections for Democrats recently during the off-year elections, and it's shown an openness to voting for Democrats at the state level. Both Georgia and North Carolina are going to have Senate elections during the midterms in 2026 in November, and that can give us an indication of if they're possibly willing to vote for Republicans or Democrats or whoever it be in 2028. Feel free to like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.